that is Brown's Rock. This is the Brown's Rock area. So many stories about Brown's Rock, and we'll go over a little bit of them and a little bit of the history. I'm out here, it's pretty windy, kind of little, even though it's sunny, it's a bit chilly. Yakima Valley. And we'll get into the story, the legend about Brown's Rock. Anyways, we'll get right into the first story pretty much. Mr. Brown, who worked for supposedly the North Coast Railroad Survey Crew, or a survey crew, was surveying for the railroad and got attacked by Native Americans. There's, of course, no historical records or anything to back this up besides the Benton City little historical pamphlet that talks about it a bit. And this little story flew around with all sorts of families and local friends, and I heard it myself growing up. But as the story goes, he got attacked and he climbed up on this rock, kind of like a last stand, and held off an attack up on top of this rock. Which, this rock is a pretty tall rock, even with horses. I have my doubts of getting up there. Me and friends used to try to climb up on it all the time. Even with us doing human total poles, we really could never get up there. So, yes, it's a very difficult climb. And it really doesn't tactically make any sense. And as you can see, it'd be very easy for somebody to climb up above and just toss stuff down on them. It really wouldn't be a very good place. Now, I could see Brown or the deal people going all the way up there, but that's the only place I could actually see them doing that. And we'll go over myth number 2. Myth number 2 was somebody was blasting dynamite up there and they were building for the railroad, another railroad story, and supposedly the rock fell on Mr. Brown and killed him. Of course, there's nothing backing that up either, but that's just another one of the local stories I heard. Story number 3 would be a local story that I've heard from a few families, that somebody just graffitied Brown on the side of it a long time ago. You can still see evidence of some of the graffiti that's been covered up, and pretty much made up a big old story about this, and that's very plausible. And we'll get to number 4, which I probably think is the only real battle that probably happened right here in this area, even anywhere close. Somewhere between here and Sunnyside, there was a battle of the railroads. North Coast and Northern Pacific really got in a real slug-out fight because North Coast crews lit some hay bales on fire that smoked out the other crews that were working on the other side. And, of course, Northern Pacific crews came over and attacked the North Coast. North Coast had a lot of pull in Yakima, and they sent up some guys to bring down some judges and sheriffs that came down and halted Northern Pacific from attacking them. Northern Pacific, of course, sent a telegraph and sent for a train of its own armed sheriffs and judges and pretty much a small army. So they were almost going to have a big shootout, and it was all over Stampede Pass. But that's probably the only real battle that was going to really happen here around Brown's Rock. According even to the Benton City pamphlet, there is no evidence of a Brown or his survey crew getting attacked. There was a lot of Browns working for survey crews, but no evidence that he was here or working for North Coast. So that's the story of Brown's Rock. And there's the mysterious Brown's Rock.